Hi, I'm Stan Walters, and you've tuned into 101 Tips for Interviewers and Interrogators. And we're going to cover tip number 24. Tip number 24 for 101 Tips for Interviewers and Interrogators. There's one word that is the most powerful word that you need to add to your vocabulary as an interviewer. Now, this word has been tested for its effectiveness and how much influence it can have on someone making a decision. It's been tested for several years and shown to be quite effective in moving them toward a solution, moving them into action. And it's basically, or very simply, the word because. Now, let's talk about how that word is used. Maybe as a kid, you were ever goofing off, carrying on, making a bunch of racket or whatever. And did mom or dad ever tell you, cut that out? And you said, why? And they were told, because I said so. Now, if you ignored the first time, we knew that there was consequences to not following along to the because I said so. But the next time along, what happened? You know that because if you move to action, then there would be some benefit or goal or reward for you, or you could avoid some negative feedback, as it were. So think about how we can use this with the subject. We need to talk today because I need to hear your side of the story of what happened. It's only fair to you. So you notice what I did, the because plus a reasonable request. And the request was to the benefit of the subject I'm talking to. Now, this could be the victim, witness, or suspect. Remember, any one of three of those three. But it needs to be a benefit to them. They need to see that there's advantage to either reduce the pain that they will suffer, or they have something to gain from following along with the because. So think about how you can employ that word. Now, you don't use it, you say, we need to talk today because if you don't, I'm going to cost your job. I'm going to have you fired. I'm going to put you in prison. That, as we talked a little earlier in our tools of influence or persuasion, that is manipulation and coercion. Remember, in coercion, you're using a position or title to enforce punishment. So if the person doesn't do what you want, then you will punish them and have the ability to do that. That's misuse of the word because. The person needs to feel that it's to their advantage. You're pointing out what that advantage will be, or what they could gain by taking that action. So think through the use of the word because. How can I employ it to get someone to encourage them why it's important to talk, or why we need to take an action now, or why it shouldn't sit on the shelf any longer, or why I should delay resolving the problem. And think of it from your point of view. If someone asks you, you need to do this because, you need to buy the new car today because, you need to finish the report because, we need to discuss or have a meeting on this because, here's what the outcomes are. So think of the use of the word because and how powerful it can be. Matter of fact, it's one of the most powerful words that I'll ever give you in your interviewing interrogation tactics. So think of deploying it and the effect that it can have. Hey, thanks for joining us again. Be sure to comment on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn. Please comment below, because I'd really like to add more comments and see what you've got in mind, so as I prepare some of the other 80 some odd more tips. I've got plenty of set to go. I want to make sure that these are tips that you can use that easy to deploy in the interview room. And wouldn't it be a shame if you didn't share everything else, because they need that information too. See you again next time when we cover tip number 25 of 101 Tips from Interviewers and Interrogators. Be safe.